Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So, welcome to another Market Open stream. Today, let's talk about what to look forward to and talk about this AI prediction about Bitcoin's year-end levels. And they are insane. So, let's talk about it. Let's talk about what else is going on in the world and my debut last night on Pump.Fun. So let's talk about that as well. All right, let's do it, guys. Welcome. We're starting on a day at 115.4, which actually is pretty good because yesterday we saw Bitcoin show some weakness. Overall market showed some weakness. Okay, and we're coming back from it. So that's always a good sign. Today is the start of the FOMC meeting, and tomorrow we will get that big press conference. But in the meantime, we are starting out the day in a green, which is a surprise because normally speaking, before a press conference, you get volatility, you get a sell-off because people don't know what Powell's going to say. Okay, and there is some controversy right now behind that because the court's ordered that Trump cannot fire Fed Lisa Cook before the meeting. So whether she's going to attend, I don't know. I think she still will. And obviously there's some contention there. And I don't know. She voted no last time. This time it's basically you can't say no. It's a guaranteed lock for a rate cut, but maybe her voice is still going to be heard, and we're not going to be as bullish with the next cuts that are coming, October and December. I don't know. But the other appointee, Stephen Moran, is confirmed, and he will be making a vote. And he is a White House advisor, or previous White House advisor, and he is very pro-cuts. Okay? So I think what Wall Street is anticipating is, yeah, we're going to get a cut. They want to hear Powell be more bullish or hawkish, dovish in this case, towards more rate cuts, but not only that, accelerate rate cuts, because previously this year, he only said he was going to do 2 rate cuts. But now the markets have priced in 3 basically. But can there be a bigger one coming in, say, October, December, if the job numbers get worse or somehow inflation ticks down? That's what people want to hear. Tom Lee predicts that everything is set to soar. Okay, Bitcoin, Ethereum, obviously he's going to mention Ethereum, NASDAQ, he believes everything's going to start. And you know, it's very rare for the Fed to start cutting, pause, and then cut more. We haven't seen that in I think since 1980s. Okay. And he said this before. Last time this happened, it was absolutely terrific. And normally speaking, crypto and tech sector respond very well to rate cuts. And we know we got 3 of them coming. So it'll be very, very interesting to see what happens tomorrow. Let's hope that today stays green. Okay, and tomorrow could definitely kick things off in a big way. Big way. It's going to be enormous. Is there anything else coming out besides FOMC meeting? Yeah, you know, we still have a jobless claims, but that's coming afterwards, so that's not going to be affected by tomorrow. And we got other stuff. Every week there's more economic data, but the FOMC meeting is definitely the biggest or the press conference is the biggest macro event of this week. All right, now moving on to some hard numbers. Bitcoin inflow still massive for 6 straight days now. Hundreds of millions basically every day, mostly from BlackRock. But what's encouraging is things have picked up again for ETH. You know, it was getting a little scary when the ETH outflows were getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And it seemed like Wall Street may have stopped accumulating ETH. That's not the case. Yesterday, 359 million a day before 405. So things are looking good. Altcoin season still intact. People are still buying ETH, still buying SOL for sure. What else? Today, you have Saylor and others that are going to Washington, and they're going to discuss this Bitcoin reserve beyond the one that we have, which stores about 200,000 Bitcoin, confiscated Bitcoin. They just moved there. But they're going to talk about how the U.S. can acquire 1 million over the next however many years, right? So that is what they're going to be talking about. And Senator Loomis is the one that kind of brought this up. And Saylor's going to pitch. Maybe he has some really good ideas in terms of government, I don't know, selling more bonds and using the proceeds to buy Bitcoin. Kind of like what he's doing with Strategy and his other companies. You know, maybe they're going to be receptive to that. Who knows? Who knows? All right, now getting to the AI prediction, ChatGPT 5, according to this author, was asked how high things can go by year end, right? This is what everyone wants to know. We're midway through September already. We're entering October soon. And then November and then December. These are the 3 most bullish months of the year for everything, for stocks and crypto. And this is the final year of the 4-year cycle. So what is the prediction? Worst case prediction is sees Bitcoin at 145,000. That's what? 30,000 higher than now, approximately like 25% higher than now. That's worst case scenario. It's not even saying 115 or 100 being worst case. No. Worst case scenario, we go up to $145,000. Base case, let's just assume everyone priced in the Fed cuts and no one cares about it. Even that, the base case sets Bitcoin at 200. And of course, better macro conditions bring on the bullish case and the ultra bullish. So this is looking pretty darn good. According to ChatGPT, which is pretty smart these days, looking at everything, worst case, we go up by $30,000. Okay, would it be a disappointment 145? But yeah, because I think we should hit at least 200. But yeah, if we don't hit 200, so be it. But look at a base, bullish, and ultra bullish. All above 200 to 250. And these are predictions others have said. Tom Lee has said 250, 200 plus. And of course, Saylor and others have said this too. Robert Kiyosaki have said it. Everyone's saying it. So think about that. Think about that. And it makes a lot of sense if you put it all together. The liquid supply, which is the money that Bitcoin supply that hasn't moved forever, is only increasing. Yesterday, I showed charts about the supply on exchanges, the OTC, dropping like a rock since 2025 started. Everything is aligning. And who's to say things will just stop at the end of this year? That we go into crypto winter in 2026. Doesn't have to be that way. We could continue forward. Traditional 4-year cycle where we go into crypto winter for 2 years, 2.5 years, could be over forever. Think about that. Think about that. All right. Now some charts. We still have this going. Pretty good looking bull flag that has formed in the 4-hour. So is that going to bring us to the next target? Just going back to all-time high, or going to that 130, 140 mark that we've been waiting for? It's just a matter of time. Could be starting tomorrow, right? But long term, we know we're going a lot higher. But right now, what's interesting is Bitcoin, is tracking gold pretty consistently, right? But obviously gold is not giving us the same gains. Nowhere close. But gold is still trending upwards. Bitcoin is more and more seen as a store of value, a commodity like gold, true digital gold, right? So it makes sense that the two kind of tracks. So we'll see. All right. Outside of Bitcoin, what else? Solana is doing very well. Solana's price could explode to $1,000 as institutional pour in billions. That makes a whole lot of sense. Okay. Obviously, ETH is being held by the institutions. Sol is starting to pick up. We got a lot of people buying billions upon billions in Sol right now. They're speculating that the ETFs coming are going to be fantastic. Also speculating that altcoin season, as it goes further down the line, activities will start increasing again. Meme coins will start increasing again. A lot of things will start increasing again, right? So Forward Industries, they're the ones that was founded by a whole bunch of companies, including Galaxy Digital, right? They've just raised $1.65 billion to buy Sol, just exclusively. You have another company that's buying $500 million worth of Sol. And you got Pantera Capital saying our biggest position is Sol at $1.1 billion. And Galaxy Digital also yesterday made a huge purchase. I forgot what it, they purchased $1.5 billion too. So we're talking about billions upon billions being bought. And obviously Sol is not just dependent on institutions. They are upgrading their network, right? In January, that's going to be bullish. It's going to make things way faster on chain, updating them. And of course, you got guys like Pump.Fun that is going nuts. Their creator rewards is insane. Is definitely insane, right? Others have stated it yesterday, last night. I told you guys, a lot of you guys ignored it. I told you guys I'm going to start streaming my gaming of Clash Royale on Pump.Fun, right? I was doing it on my other channel, but I'm like, you know what? I got to test out this new platform. I got to test out to see how good the creator rewards are. And I did it. And there was a lot more people that showed up. People didn't know what to expect. And of course, I had to create a token, the Clash token, in order for me to live stream. So it was fun, and I'm gonna continue to do it. And you know, with the rewards, which is insane, I'm gonna start using that to build tournaments with. So it's going to be pretty darn fun. Outside of that, Standard Chartered is going to raise $250 million for more buying, just a fund for general buying. So that's also good. And XRP is going to get some kind of weird ETF this week, kind of like the one that came out with Sol. They're not really spot ETFs, even though they're labeled spot ETFs. But we know XRP is going to get their own. Okay, they're going to get many in November, just like Sol, just like many others. So good stuff all around. All right, guys, that is it. Dow turned red, Nasdaq still green, everything turned red, unfortunately. Like I said at the beginning, it's usually pretty volatile before a FOMC press conference, but we started out hot. Maybe we'll turn back hot again. We'll see. We'll see. And we still got some green. Some projects are still in green. All right, let's do some Q&A. got a little dip here because the U.S. market turned red. You know, I really wish someday that crypto and U.S. markets truly decouple, right? We're not there yet, but hoping in the future we see a lot more of that. Sometimes we do. Sometimes we do see crypto rally while the U.S. market is doing red, or vice versa. But in most cases, it's about the same. Gold guy, I think Clash is so low right now, there's no need to do TA. I think most people don't know about it yet. But as I stream more on Pump, .fun and more people get accumulated to it, because people didn't really quite believe it was me, even though I said on air in front of people like it's me, and people still didn't quite believe it. I have the link in the description of this video, but in case you guys, last night I posted it everywhere on X, Facebook, YouTube. I even updated. A lot of you guys are just too lazy to go back, but I will do so. It doesn't matter. I will play again. I'm going to do like a stream pretty much every night at 8 p.m. right after my crypto video, and then host a tournament this Friday. There, I just pinned that account. Yeah, anyone that doesn't play the game should start so they could get into the tournament. The tournament I'm hosting tonight, this Friday. Last Friday I did it. Last week I did 2 or 3, 2 of them. We had like 30 people join. But this time around, I think we're going to have a lot more because I'm going to be offering cash prizes. I'm using the creator fund, and I will offer cash prizes to like the top 3 or top 5 or something like that. Still 46 says, man, I like the short videos at night, much more free time. I agree. Same with me. I think people get the information they want and they get on with their nightlife. Same with me. Right, in the morning it's different because most people are driving to work or at work. They want to waste time, so it's good to participate in Q&A. But at night, I think most people just want to like relax, watch their TV or do whatever, hang out with the family, or watch me play Clash. That's gonna be a new pastime. The ETFs got delayed until November. That's the new deadline. From October to November. So, it's just one more month. Aaron, not really. Neutral. Because they're not really focusing on what other chains are. And their DeFi ecosystem is still non-existent. So I'm more neutral these days, I bet. Charlie, you could use the link In the pump.fun account, you could get it there, or you could get it anywhere. The CA is listed in there. Pink Cloud Monkey, do you happen to think that ETH will get to bull bear support band at 3,600 like Ben Cowan suggests? 3,600, no. Unless Bitcoin takes a big dump, no. I don't see ETH going from 4,400 down to 3,600. No. It has to be like a really big dump. Like if tomorrow Powell says, we're not cutting. Okay. That would bring on a big dump. But that's like virtually impossible at this point. For real classics, some guy thinks Bitcoin will go down to 75K. Why do bears always want to rain on a parade? You know, a lot of people spread fear. There's two reasons why people spread fear. Number one is they're doing it intentionally because they want you to sell. That's what a lot of bears, like big no-name guys, did in the past. They would basically say one thing and do another. So you got to always think about their intentions. And then second, there are people that say it because they're miserable. Because they're miserable, they missed out, and they feel bad that everyone else made money they didn't. So they want to get you down to their level. They want you to sell, right? So that's why there's always whenever things get a little bit volatile, you got all these guys coming out. And it makes no sense, right? But you just got to think, what is their intention? Either they want you to sell because they want to buy your crypto for cheap, or they want you to sell because they want you to stop making money. A lot of bears holding short positions. Yeah, Gareth Soloway, I remember, before we came up to 100, wasn't he shorting Bitcoin? And he was going to get liquidated at 60 or something. Like, I don't know what his thing is. I don't keep up with them. People tell me that. I don't know if he still has a short position open. Who knows? Yeah, today was expected. I even said in a Sunday video that the day before, I said yesterday video, the day before FOMC meetings is always like this. It gets red because people just don't know what to expect. But at this point, I think people know what to expect, but they're just being fearful. They're being cautious. I mean, we have a 96.1% chance for a rate cut. So what is the surprise, right? There is no surprise. There's, what can they do? It's not like everyone can just say, no, we're not cutting tomorrow. It's impossible. And then, we got a 77% chance for another cut in October and a 72% chance in December. So like, I don't know what people are really fearful of. They still want to hear him say it, but there's just a lot of fear before a press conference. I could see how that was prior, right? Prior FOMC meetings, we had some that wasn't so sure, like 50-50, 30-70, something like that. But this is 96.1%. This has held really well. You know, a lot of other guys that started a token to live stream, as soon as their live stream was over, it dumped to hell. When my live stream went over, it actually started climbing up. So this is a really low market cap right now. Really low market cap. So as I play more Clash, more people will catch on because I think people still don't quite understand. And this is just for fun, by the way. Okay. It's just something, get my head away from crypto and everything else. There's only like 300 holders, I think. The number of holders is actually quite small. It'll get more fun this Friday when we have another tournament. I think this Friday's tournament is going to be massive, probably like hundreds of people rather than just like 30 people. What do you think? What do you prefer to hold, dollars or Bitcoin? Just DCA? Oh, of course, Bitcoin. Oh, that's a rhetorical question. Why the sudden drop? Any news? Like I said, you need to watch some of my videos. Prior to FOMC meeting, press conference, it's always red. It's like almost every single time. It's actually doing really well. And look at that little bounce. You know, if we hold above 115 throughout today, that would be a big win. And you have some good movers, like Sui's up. Look at Sui. That's a really good V-shaped recovery in the 5-minute. It's 364 now. It dipped to like 350 recently. AVAX at above $30. They're getting an ETF too. So today is actually not bad. Not bad at all. Am I buying other creator coins on Pump.Fund? No. No, I'm not. Not at this point. In full-blown altcoin season, I will be. And I'll share a lot more with you guys. Like just memes in general. Right now, I'm not. And I don't really trust, you know, what other creators are going to do. I know what I'm doing and that, you know, I'm going to be holding. So I can't say the same thing about others. Got 3,300 people. RN, I plan on doing giveaways. That's what the tournament is for Sulfur Clash. So I plan on having like a tournament every Friday night. And it's going to be massive, right? And I'll give like big cash rewards. So that way people get to have some fun and actually is incentivized to play. I should actually ask Supercell, the maker behind Clash Royale, to do something. But, you know, I'm a nobody in the gaming world. If I ever decide to sell one of my cars to my viewers, would I accept cash or Bitcoin or either? I would take either. You know, all my cars are for sale. If anyone wants to buy any of my cars for real, I would sell it to them. You know, I have a nice LC 500 convertible, only like 800 miles. My Ferrari F8, it's like 800 miles. I have my Wrangler 392. That one is like 20-something thousand miles. And then I got my Cybertruck. It's the Beast, and it's like 1,200 miles. I did sell my Model X. I traded in. I traded in for a Wrangler 392. When I trade, do I take profits in Bitcoin or USD? Usually it's in a token that I trade with, right? So if I'm trading Sol, I get Sol back. You know, this is how it works. Are tournament cards all the same? Yeah, when you're in a tournament, it doesn't matter. It's all at 11 in Clash, right? So you don't have to worry about like your level 8s versus like level 15 guys. Everything's even, and there's no evolutions. So it's all about skill. Stream again later. I'm pumped. Yeah, I'm kind of excited to stream again because so many people are watching it. Not nearly as much as here, but I should only stream at night at 8. I don't know. If I get really bored in the afternoon or later this morning, I may do it, but I don't know if I want to do it too much. But yeah, anyways, you guys could follow me. This is the account. You could actually click follow in here. I don't know how, but there's like a follow thing. So if you follow me on here, then you'll get notified. I think that's what the star button is for. Yeah, you could put in your list. So if you follow me here, then you'll get notified anytime I play. Yeah, see, I have 59 followers here. Follow right here. One BTC won't be enough for that Ferrari. And we're coming back pretty well. Yeah, I have many accounts on there. Yeah, RN, don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. You know, it's not meant something. I'm not coming here to say like, oh, it's, you know, the whole purpose is to try to get it to go up and go to like $1 billion. No, that one was created just for gaming. me playing the game, getting people involved and having some fun, right? I have plans later for bigger things that I'll just leave at that. But this is kind of a test run and see how things go and trying out the platform. And if people enjoy it, you know, I'm going to continue to do it. So it's the start of something, start of many things. Clarkson 3 isn't that far off, honestly. If you go slightly above 3, I would do it. Yeah, I mean 3 isn't that far off. If you want like, you know, 3.2 or something like that, 3.3, I would do it. Have you seen Pokemon cards went up 3,000% this year? Yeah, Pokemon cards came back full force. It was like super high during the pandemic, 2021, then dropped a ton, you know, in 2022, 2023, started coming back 2024, and this year really started going up. Same thing with sports cards. Sports cards start going up too. P Pistol, I'll just say I'm in the Midwest. So if you're not in the Midwest, then yes, you will have to ship. Yeah, like Jordan rookies are skyrocketing again. A lot of the old rookies are skyrocketing. Um, you know, back in 2021 again, sports cards were going through the roof. They fell down a lot. Now they're starting to come back. But like Jordan rookies will never go away. They'll always be hot. Jordan, LeBron, Kobe autographs will always be hot. You know, that recent card was sold for $13 million. That was bought partly by Kevin O'Leary. Like those super rare cards are going for a ton. Clarkson, go up a little bit. It's only going to get, well, Bitcoin is only going to get more expensive too, but I like the car. But, you know, for Bitcoin, I would do it. My wife is really into Labubu. She wasn't, and then I kind of like bought her some, and then her friends all started going crazy, and then now she's like really addicted to it. It's a 2022. 2022 and has carbon fiber wheels. Front lift, inside red, black, Alcantara. It's a solid offer. If you're serious, just email me afterwards and we'll talk. George at CryptosRUs.com. We need Bitcoin to flip back up above. There's only 266 holders of Clash. I'm really surprised not more of you guys are into it. but that's okay. It'll build up slowly. There is no 2023 F8, man. 2022 was last year. Big A. All right. I think that's about it. Today's going to be, I guess, red. Wall Street determined it's going to be red. But that's to be expected. I did warn you guys. Before a press conference, it's usually red. Leading up to the press conference, green-ish red. And then afterwards, more red. But that's okay. We always recover from it. Especially since right now, we already know what's going to happen. There's going to be rate cuts. A lot of them coming, right? So this is what you need to focus on. Worst case, according to ChatGPT, 145. Best case, 250. So think about that. All right, guys. Smash a like, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on my new pump.fun account. I'll be doing a lot more streams. I'll do one tonight, 8 p.m. I may do an impromptu one later today if I'm really bored, so I may do that. Outside of that, that's it. Have a good one, guys. Take care.